Welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. MLB The Show with a good one coming at you. It's the Toronto Blue Jays going up against the Chicago White Sox. First pitch coming your way next. Just a little bit away from first pitch, getting the nod on the mound, Martin Perez. What do we have on him?
Sinker cutter change. He's not overpowering velocity, not even up to 90, which isn't, it's not like, oh, you got to have 90. If you can move the ball around, and all it's about is keeping hitters off balance. And if you can have some late movement, you miss the barrel, you get weak contact, and you can move through a game as we've seen him do this season.
Okay, all set to go. And now for the Jays, George Springer. And that's through there for a strike. And this one is off and running. Tap back to the mound. Handles, throws to first. One out in the top of the first. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. They're dealing with a sinker specialist on the mound, which can be a big-time challenge when he's right and working mostly from the knees down.
Well, I think the approach you take is really try to lay off of those pitches down in the zone until he gets some called strikes and then forces you to go after that pitch. Until then, make him elevated, because guys that throw those sinkers, those two-seamers, really hard for them to be effective up in the zone. Those are pitches you can hammer, and when you get a cookie, you don't want to miss it.
One down, base is empty. In there at the knees.
No ball, 2 strikes.
The shortstop takes the ball. This one chopped up the middle. In time to Vaughn. And Bichette is retired.
Batting third, left fielder, Anthony Santander.
2 down, base is empty. Anthony Santander next up for the Blue Jays. He has, as they like to say,
let me guess, Boog, light tower power.
That's right. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. 2 outs, base is empty. Next offering is down low. And another ball. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. on deck for the Blue Jays. And a foul ball. Two outs. He swings and fouls one off. Hard hit left side. Over to first. And the Blue Jays go down 1-2-3. Nothing doing for the Blue Jays. Time for the White Sox to go to work. No score. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. Back at right field. And today's starting pitcher, Kevin Gausman. What do we have on him?
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat, otherwise it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
Gosman, multi-time All-Star. He features a four-seam fastball, a splitter, a slider, and he works in a sinker.
Ball, 1 strike.
There's a swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Cut on and lifted in the air. 1 up, 1 down. Time to check out the lineup for the White Sox. The sluggers in this lineup might not be too happy about the fact that the wind is blowing in today, Chris.
Yeah, and you hear pitchers talk about how good it feels when the wind is at their back. And for hitters, you almost feel like beyond just the pitcher coming at you, you've got this other force coming against you. So important to try to get on top of the ball in terms of hitting line drives, maybe really hard ground balls with a good exit velocity that'll get you a base hit, because it's very frustrating. You just hit one on the screws, think it's going to go out of the ballpark, and an outfielder is camped underneath it in front of the warning track.
They tried to get him to chase on a slider down and away. Hard hit, right side. Throws to first in time, and they take care of Robert for the out.
Batting third, left fielder, Andrew Benintendi.
2 outs, base is empty. Benintendi to the plate. Swing and a line drive ripped out into right center. That's a base hit, and that extends the inning. Andrew Vaughn now. Fastball for a strike. Benintendi off of first with 2 away. And now 1 and 2. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. And it's even up.
Caught a break right there. Pretty good pitch on the outside corner.
Still 2 and 2 after the foul ball. Swing and a ball popped in the air. Jimenez pulls it in on the run. The White Sox lead 1. We played an inning, no score. Back here on the south side, here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Saying he's a guy that covers both sides of the plate about as well as anyone in the sport. How difficult is that to do?
Well, just look at the back of my bubblegum card. You'll see how hard it is. These guys are great, man. They have the ability to look out there, but also to be able to turn on the inside pitch. Those that can really sharpen things on the outer half, those are the ones that become elite.
1 and 1.
Vladdy needs just 1 hit to reach 200 for the season.
Pretty impressive the year he's put together. 200 hits doesn't happen by accident, and there are some years nobody reaches 200 at all. Props to him for getting this far.
And now 2 and 1.
We got 2 balls, 1 strike.
A little bit low.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
And that one ripped to left. And that's a foul ball. Outside, and that is ball 4. And that's how they get their first base runner of the game.
Well, a great back and forth in that at bat. He had to play off some really close pitches, and somehow Boogie found a way to keep the bat on his shoulder right there. I'll tell you right now, I couldn't have done it.
Swing and a ground ball towards first, but foul. No score here in the second. On the ground, could be 2. To second, pulls him off the bag.
Batting 6th, catcher Alejandro Kirk.
So up next for Toronto, Alejandro Kirk. And that is out of play. First and second here, no outs. The 0-2 to the right side, stops it on a slide. There's one. Back to the pitcher, covering in time. It's a double play.
The 3-6-1 double play, in my opinion, one of the toughest plays to make. You've got a pitcher covering first, and the middle infielder throwing to a moving target. Everything has to be perfect, and right there, they made it look pretty easy.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Andres Jimenez next up for the Blue Jays. Fouled off to the right. Inside, just missed. Line drive, makes the catch, in and over. Blue Jays held in check. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Bottom of the second. Down the third baseman, Josh Rojas.
Third baseman, Josh Rojas.
Gosman back to work. That one's in there. 0-1.
0-1.
And he grounds one to the right side. And it goes just foul. And that's downstairs and outside. Cold strike 3 on the fastball, and that ran back over the inner half.
Well, definitely a borderline pitch right there, and he didn't look too convinced as he headed back to the dugout. No, those are tough ones to let go as a hitter, but with the human umpire calling balls and strikes, it's always going to be on you to protect yourself with 2 strikes.
And here is Sosa to the plate. That one finds the zone. Strike 1.
0-1's the count.
And that one fouled off. 1 out, base is empty. And that one misses up and in. And that is ball 1. That one missed. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious.
Next is the designated hitter, Miguel Vargas. There's a strike. Next offering is fouled back. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Foul ball. It stays 0-2.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. Nothing across here this half. We head on now to the top of the 3rd. No score. Here on the south side, here's the third baseman, Ernie Clement. Clement getting to start at the hot corner in the 8th spot in today's lineup, and he was drafted in the 4th round back in 2017.
1-1, no strike.
Outside. Little chopper rolls foul. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball.
Pretty good pitch there to take a rip at. He wants to get his arms extended. He likes the ball away from him a little bit, just not able to square it up.
And that one just missed off the outside edge.
Just missing off the plate there, according to the umpire. And out there on the mound, maybe trying to get an explanation. Can't say he's convinced, but it looks like he's accepted it.
Gets a piece and stays alive. Swing and a bouncer, but it kicks foul.
Showed a lot of fight with 2 strikes in that AB. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Nathan Lucas next up for the Blue Jays. Shoots a line drive single into right center. Throw back in quickly. 1st and 2nd now with nobody out.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. Solid swing from start to end. On time with everything. Really good balance. Nice extension. And he met it out front for the line drive knock. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ball game.
And the batter is George Springer. He's 0 for 1. And that drops in for a strike. And that's down and away.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
1st and 2nd, no outs. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. That one drilled left field, and Benintendi able to make the grab, and that is a big first out.
Now batting, shortstop Bo Bichette.
Bo Bichette gets a chance to hit. Grounded out his first time up.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
Missed with a changeup, and that's ball 2.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Swings through that one for strike 1.
Well, the hitter shows the pitcher that he's willing to go after that pitch down in the zone. So perhaps he'll come back to it. Still try to get that ground ball double play.
And he deals. Grounded to third. Could be two. Fired to second. And they bounce into two already. This one ends the third.
Poetry in motion there as the second baseman turns the double play. Nice throw to first, and that's the way to end the inning.
And welcome back to the ballpark as we go to the last of the third. Stepping in is the switch hitting shortstop, Brooks Baldwin. That's in there. Going one.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
There's a swing and a drive. And that one hops the wall. Safe at second with a leadoff double.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Great hands on that swing to take the inside pitch and drive it into the gap for the double. It's easy to spin off a pitch like that, Boog, and you can pull that thing foul, but that was perfect.
Here's Corey Lee. Right through there for a strike. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time.
Ball, that's out.
Stays alive. Runner at second, nobody out. Tapped softly on the ground. Jimenez. One gone, bottom of the third inning.
Not a bad outcome in that spot. The runner moves up to third, and now they have a chance to drive in the go-ahead run. It's not a knock, but at the end of the day, it's a good at-bat.
So the batting order turns over. Here's Mike Tauchman. Fly to right his first time.
You have to stay disciplined in these at-bats. Try not to chase. A strikeout here is the last thing you want.
First pitch misses.
This is a situation where the hitter is looking for something up in the zone that he can get his arms extended. What you have to be careful of is that pitch that's up, that's in on your hands. That'll pop you up in the infield, and that's exactly what the pitcher wants.
Fastball for a strike. One away with a runner at third here in the last half of the third. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. It's going to fall for a hit. Run scores easily, and it's 1-0.
Big RBI for him right there. That ball right there landed in what they call the no man's land, meaning it's not really a spot on the field where you can expect anyone to get to it easily. I mean, it's a tough play going back for the shortstop, but also for the outfielders trying to come in. They got to go a long way as well.
Here's Luis Robert, also known as La Pantera. Can't glove it cleanly. Still slings it to second. Over to Bichette.
Well, that was clearly a double play ball, but the bobble unfortunately prevented him from being able to get two. But a good job to stay with it and make sure you got at least one.
Now it's Andrew Benintendi to hit. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. Going back on this one. Pulls it in on the warning track. Start of the fourth, and now for the Jays, Anthony Santander. Next offering, pop foul off to the right out of play. for a strike. And it's 0-2.
2 strikes.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
And that's hammered into right field. That's a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
I'd say a mistake pitch in an 0-2 count. Too good of a pitch to hit right there. You have to expand the zone. Keep that leadoff man off first base.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now worked a walk at his first trip to the plate. Just
plate, ball
missed.
1.
That one ripped but foul. Blue Jays down a run. And a count 1-2. Lifted in the air, right center field. Topman. And it's caught for the out.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Will Wagner.
Will Wagner next up for the Blue Jays. 0 for 1. He hit into a fielder's choice his first time. There's the strike. And there's a foul ball. Next
Ball
pitch
1.
just misses. And a count 1-2.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire strike zone.
Pitch misses.
Yep.
Ball 2. Just misses the
3-2.
mark outside the zone. Santander stands at first with 1 out. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Swung on, belted. Hops over the wall, and that's an automatic double.
Off the bat, I thought they were going to score their first run of the game, and that feels like a tough break, but look at the bright side. Really good contact at the plate, and now they're working with not just 1 but 2 runners in scoring position, so they'd love another base hit right here.
So 2 in scoring position with 1 out. Alejandro Kirk now at the plate. That one misses. Ball 1. Second and third, 1 away. Next offering upstairs.
2-0.
And that misses off the outside edge.
I almost feel like he's frustrated a little bit. He wants to be challenged.
Andres Jimenez in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. That one in there across the letters.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
Two on, 1 out. Swing and a miss. Adam out front for the strikeout.
Unafraid to throw it right there. That's trusting your stuff. Just one out away from getting out of a huge jam.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Now it's the second baseman, Andres Jimenez. First offering, and it just misses.
Counts 1-0.
Two outs, two in scoring position. Top half of inning number 4. Rips one to right, down the line, and it's foul. The next offering misses, and it's 2-1. Right through there for a strike. Second and third, 2 down. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Two on, 2 outs. Outside low, and now it's 3-2.
They tried to get him to go, chase the pitch down and away, but he wouldn't bite.
And that'll load the bases.
Well, the stage has been set for this offense, Boog. It's all about creating opportunities, and this is one of them right here.
So bases all loaded up. And next for Toronto, Ernie Clement. And he's already singled in this game. And that one fouled off. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. That one the other way, and that's a fair ball. 1 run's in. The second run scores. The throw's offline, he's safe. And it's 3-1.
Bases loaded, and he drives them all in. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Martin Perez won't go any further. Just never found his groove, wasn't able to settle in. New arm coming on, back in a moment. New pitcher for the White Sox, Jared Schuster.
Well, at this point of the ball game, we're talking about middle innings, and the little length out of this arm coming out of the bullpen. We'll see just how many outs he's able to give his skipper.
Here's the center fielder, Nathan Lucas. A single his first time. Slashed foul down the right side. That'll hook off into the seats. Two outs and 1 in scoring position. Man at second. Squirts away a little bit. The 1-2. On the outside corner, got him looking. But 3 runs come across in the inning, all on this 3-run double. It's now a 3-1 ball game. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Bottom 4, and now the first baseman, Andrew Vaughn.
First baseman, Andrew Vaughn.
You too. Here comes a pitch. And he takes a strike.
You know, these White Sox doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of him. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense.
0-2 now. Got him. He's notched 4 strikeouts now.
Well, take a look at the 3-pitch sequence here. Pretty simple in terms of putting them away at the plate. Once you're ahead 0-2 as a pitcher, you can really expand the zone and see how aggressive that hitter is going to be trying to protect and battle. And right there, clearly he was in swing mode, but all you can do is hope to foul that off.
Here's Josh Rojas. Went down on strikes his first time through. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
Oh, he's looking great so far. It helps when over 80% of your first pitches are strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this up.
Let's go, Sox. Come on, Sox. You can do it. Inside, ball 1.
Just missed.
You know, sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before an offense does any damage, and that might be the case today.
Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. And that's in the dirt. The Blue Jays up by 2. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Now this one's crushed down the line. Hooking. Foul ball.
No, that's a foul ball.
And a swing and a miss. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
So up next for Chicago, Lenny Sosa. There's a strike. Sets him down looking. And he strikes out the side for the 2nd time today. 1-2-3 go the White Sox. Score holds. It's 3-1. Back at right field. All set for the start of the inning. Here's George Springer. And the first offering a fastball for a strike.
Well, these Blue Jays doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. The numbers tell us they're averaging more than a hit every inning, and they've only struck out twice, so they keep finding ways to put their bat on the ball.
He gets there with the slide to first, and they get the out.
Well, Boog, as an infielder, you have to be ready for anything. In that spot, it required going to the ground, getting a little dirty, and making a strong throw for the out. Great play.
Bo Bichette up to the dish. 0 for 2 in this one. Swing and a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Wastes no time there. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee.
Anthony Santander at the plate. And that drops in for a strike. That one misses, and 1-1. Activity in the bullpen. Tyler Gilbert appears to be getting loose. Boozer warming up as well. Off the mark there. 2 balls and a strike.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Bounding ball here, rolls foul.
Sit him down.
Misses, and it's a full count. Slides, but he can't come up with it. They get it in quickly. So first and second, now 1 out.
2 consecutive base hits for these guys here. Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
First and second, 1 out. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. That misses the zone. 1-0.
Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get 2. Get out of this.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. That swing so reminiscent of his dad. Lots of pop. 2 on, 1 out.
Yep, that ball went out.
When the skipper calls down to the bullpen, he's expecting the guy to come in and get outs. So far, not getting what he was hoping for.
Next offering is in for a strike. Right through there for a strike. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Bichette over at second. Santander at first. 1 gone. That one missing inside. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch.
Strike him out.
Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. About to see the 11th pitch of the at-bat here. And they're all loaded up.
Oh, looking for a swing and miss right there, or for the ump to help him out and make a call with that last pitch, but neither happened. Close pitch, but a good take to earn that walk.
So bases loaded with 1 away. And now to the plate, here's the Toronto DH, Will Wagner. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
Tough situation right here. So important as a pitcher to get ahead in the count as he did right there.
Way out front for strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
That's too low. Ball 1.
That's a really good take.
High fly ball, right field. Tachman drops into the glove. Runner tagging from third. The throw is offline, and he's in to score. And they lead by 3.
Well, that's a quality at bat right there. You know the situation. You need something in the air and deep enough, and that's exactly what he did. Good pass to the baseball.
Alejandro Kirk next up for the Blue Jays. And he pumps it a strike.
Looks like he sacrificed a pitch right down the middle for tracking and timing. Some good hitters will do that.
Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third. That's towards center. Robert makes the play, and that'll do it. 1 run in the inning, but they leave 2. Home half of the 5th coming up. It's the Blue Jays 4 and the White Sox 1. And we're back. John Shelby with my buddy Chris Singleton. And set to get us started. Bottom 5, Miguel Vargas. Gosman back to work. Fouled off down the right side.
You know, these White Sox just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. Chasing pitches has been a big part of the story. We've seen it quite a bit today. It's been tough for them to make contact at times, and it just doesn't look like they're seeing it very well as a group. And on the mound, you know confidence has to be pretty high with all of the swings and misses. He's had them eaten out of the palm of his hand pretty much all game.
Fights it off. He'll see another. Grounds one to short. Bichette. Jump throw, but he beats it out. And the leadoff man is on with an infield single.
Well, that's one of those where you just have to tip your cap because he couldn't have played that one any better. Stood no chance with the speed running down the line.
And down the shortstop, Brooks Baldwin doubled his first time up. Fastball for a strike. Nobody out. Runner at first.
Ball. That's inside.
Ground ball right side. And foul ball. Popped up left side. Clement towards the line, but it's just out of reach. Lead runner holds up. They're at first and second with nobody out.
Hey, whatever hurts, right? Doesn't have to be impressive. Kind of your classic jam shot blooper right there. Paid a good pitch on the inside. Gotten to hit it off the handle, but he still muscled it out there. You just have to tip your cap on the mound.
Now it's the White Sox catcher, Corey Lee. Rolled out to second in his first at bat. And the pitch a little bit low, ball one. First and second, no outs. Last half of inning number 5. Swing and a foul out of play. The 1-1 is fouled off. And there's a ball. He was looking to come up with the shutdown inning and off to a shaky start. That one missed. Battling here as he fouls it away. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. He makes the grab. Runner tags at second. And he moves up 90 feet. Runners at the corners now. One away.
Now batting, right fielder, Mike Tauchman.
So the lineup flips over. Mike Tauchman steps to the plate for the White Sox. Line drive, and this might be trouble. One run across, and it gets by him. Headed for the plate. He'll score. 2 runs are in.
Well, here we are, third time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
Luis Robert now. And ball 1. Yeah, that's fouled off. And a count 1-2. White Sox down to run. Base hit into center field. The run scores from third. It's 4-4.
We don't see this a whole lot anymore where hitters with 2 strikes are willing to shorten up, tighten up, and try to hit the ball back up the middle other way. He was trying to hit that hole, I believe. Very good at bat with 2 strikes.
1 down. Andrew Benintendi steps up. 1 for 2. Gausman throws over. Robert dives back in. Fought off foul. In the air on the infield, Clement brings it in. Out number 2.
That was a good hard fastball with some nice ride up in the zone right there. Hitter looked like he was on it, but I think that velocity at the end just beat him. Instead of a line drive or something hit deep, it's a pop up and an easy out for the defense.
Vaughn now in the box, comes up empty with a swing there. Now move to first.
No, he's safe.
Robert off of first with 2 away. Misses off the inside, and it's a ball and a strike. Tied at 4. Robert on the go. Pitch misses. Throw safe. On the ground to the left. And that's just foul.
He's gone off speed. He needs to elevate here with 2 strikes out of the zone.
And that's downstairs and outside.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit's probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
See ya! Strikes him out for the 2nd time today. 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 1 left on. We're through 5, and we are tied 4-4. Top 6, and stepping in is the speedy Andres Jimenez. He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game. Missed with a changeup. and it's 1-0.
Boog, this guy's definitely a plus runner, but what I love about him is that he goes all out every single time, never takes a break. It's guys like that, even though they don't have the elite speed, the fact that they're consistent with it, they make moves on the base paths.
Up and in, and it's 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And a foul ball. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right center field. Tachman settles under it and makes the catch. And there's 1 down.
Now batting, third baseman, Ernie Clement.
Next to hit, Ernie Clement. It's interesting, he plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does. And it finds its way through for a hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Oh, this has been a really nice game at the
Now
plate for
back,
him. He
center
looks
fielder,
locked in.
Nathan
Just a
Lucas.
simple ground ball the other way that had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
Go ahead run on base. And now the center fielder, Nathan Lucas. Inside, just missed.
And I think that skill set really upgrades the position, because when you have that kind of speed, it makes the whole team that much better.
With the go-ahead run at first, and we're in the top half of the 6th.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
That's off the mark, and the count is 2-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Couldn't catch up to the heater. And it'll be George Springer to step to the plate. 0 for 3 in this one. Foul ball there. Springer goes 6 feet 3 inches, 220 pounds, a former first-round pick back in 2011. Schuster checks over to first, and he's back. Next pitch is outside. Swings and misses, struck him out. The runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. We go to the bottom half of inning number 6, and the 5, 6, 7 slots due up. And we are tied 4-4. Back now for the bottom of the 6th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Nick Sandlin.
Now pitching for Toronto, number 52, Nick Sandlin.
Now the third baseman, Josh Rojas, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts.
Josh Rojas.
That's in there. That's strike 1. Movement in the Blue Jays bullpen. Jimmy Garcia getting ready to go. Green also throwing.
Let's go, White Sox!
Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Hit pretty well in the air out to center. Lucas sizes this one up, hauls it in for the out.
Now Now batting, second baseman.
Lenny Sosa will hit next. In there at the knees, strike one. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again.
Starting to get some pretty good timing on that breaking ball, but he's going to have to stay ready for a fastball. Don't want to watch one go right by you.
Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Chase the fastball up the ladder for strike three.
Finished him off by blowing it by him up high, but they did a really nice job of setting that pitch up. The plan of attack early on was to keep everything down around the knees, so that was a good call to change his eye level and run it by him for the K.
And next is the designated hitter, Miguel Vargas. And that is downstairs. And that is ball one. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. Catcher has it, fires to first. In time. So the drop third strike doesn't hurt him, and that's that. Offense held in check there. We're through 6 full, and we are tied 4-4.
Now pitching for the White Sox.
Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new
Number
pitcher on the
37.
mound, Gus Varland.
Gus
Bichette stands
Varland.
in here, leaves that one off the inside.
That's a ball. 2-0.
Here's a swing and a line drive, and that's a base hit into right field. A leadoff single, and the go-ahead run is aboard. So up next for Toronto, Anthony Santander. First pitch doesn't find the zone. The go-ahead run aboard at first. Nobody out. And that drops in for a strike. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Cam Boozer, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Ellard also getting ready. Hit on the ground to short. Sneaks through. Base hit. Throw holds him at second, but the go-ahead run now in scoring position, and still nobody out.
Always feels amazing getting a job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just bigger than your own individual stats. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
In a big spot here for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. There's the strike.
0-1's the count.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
0-2's the count.
Go-ahead run at second here in the top half of inning number 7. So Vladdy Jr. strikes out.
Dominating strikeout there on just 3 pitches, and that's what a good power pitcher can do to you. He's hitting his spots, filling up the strike zone. Sometimes he bats over before it really begins.
Now it's the DH, Will Wagner. Swing and a ball lined out towards center. 2 away.
Now batting, catcher, Alejandro Kirk.
Here's the catcher to hit, Alejandro Kirk. 0 for 3. A fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. And that's a little high. 2 aboard, 2 outs. And that is cut on and missed. And the count even at 1.
It's amazing to look up and see 88 miles per hour on that changeup. Back in the day, that was a pretty good fastball. But with high velocities these days, that speed differential is right where it needs to be.
And the count 1-2. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. 2 on, 2 outs. The changeup missing. 2-2.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
And that one is lifted in the air. Sosa on his way over. Squeezes it. And that's the 3rd out. 2 left on. 7th inning stretch time. And we are tied 4-4.
Now pitching for
We're
Toronto.
back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th.
93.
Jimmy Garcia.
Jimmy Garcia.
And the batter will be the
And
shortstop,
leading off for the
Brooks
White
Baldwin.
Sox, the shortstop.
Well, both sides equally as strong. So not a good time to try to turn him around with a relief pitcher and put him on the other side of the plate.
And there's the strike.
Trying to keep good speed off the bases.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Corey Lee steps to the plate for the White Sox.
Now batting, catcher, Corey Lee.
On the ground, out to short. Bichette whips it to first. Gets the catcher by a step.
Hey man, 4 pitches, 2 outs. That is an excellent pace.
And up next for Chicago, Mike Tauchman. And that's off the inside edge. And that's ball 1. Just missed.
2 balls, no strike.
All tied up here at the bottom of the 7th. A little out front there as he swings through it.
2-1.
That's outside. 3-1. Luis Robert Jr. in the on deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. This one in the air. Guerrero. And puts the squeeze on that one. And that is the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. We look ahead to inning number 8. And we are tied 4-4. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Frazier Eller.
Bringing in the lefty with the left-handed hitter coming up to hit. Classic bullpen move right here, so we'll see how it works out.
Here's Andres
Leading
Jimenez.
off for Toronto.
Now, this guy,
second
a
baseman,
player
Andres
that, if he
Jimenez.
gets on base, has the ability to really be aggressive getting around the base paths.
Now a pop-up on the infield. Hauls it in for the out. And now for the Jays, Ernie Clement. 3 for 3 with 2 singles and a double. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did.
0-1.
That finds the mark on the inside corner. Activity in the pen for the White Sox. Justin Anderson preparing to come on if needed. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top of the 8th.